Well, it's currently 9 degrees outside, but I'm pretty determined to have some smoked meat. So, today, I hope you join me on this I have no idea what I'm doing installment of experimentation. We're going to cook this 3-pound chuck roast as if we were smoking it in the air fryer. Today we're using this Ninja Foodie combo air fryer. Let me get you caught up here on what you haven't seen. So last night, I took this 3-pound chuck roast, I patted it dry in preparation to dry brine, and for dry brining this time, I used this smoked sea salt that my parents gave me for Christmas. We're going to have to use as many auxiliary products for smoke flavor as we can, since we're not actually using wood. So I made sure to get full coverage since this is a good chunk of chuck. I got this from Kroger, and this is actually the best piece of chuck I've bought in a long time. It's quite beautiful. So then for the seasoning, I made up this 1 part onion powder to 2 parts black pepper and 2 parts garlic powder. Covered that nice and evenly for some additional flavor. I did not mix my salt in with this because I did not want to waste this salt that I have in case I made too much. I placed it in the fridge overnight, uncovered, and I let it dry brine and season. So to help acquire the smoke flavor indoors, we're about to brush it with some liquid smoke. I know this stuff has a bad rap, but if you need this on a smoker, you're doing something wrong. If you need it inside, I see nothing wrong with that. We're going to use the good old ThermoPro twin TempSpike as if we were outside. We're still going to wrap it at the stall just as if we were doing it outside. I got everything I need. I got my gloves. The only thing that we're going to experiment, this is an experimental episode, is when I wrap it at the stall, I'm going to try a different method of moisturizing the paper. So stick around for that. Without any further ado, let's get cooking. But first, alright, so let's get started. I'm going to start out with some gloves just to keep my fingers from smelling like liquid smoke. And let's get this party started. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I urge you in the comments below, just put a pause on this when I'm done speaking and let me know in the comment section below, is this going to work? Am I going to smoke up my house? I don't know. It's too cold outside, and I'm not about that life. So, let's go ahead, and the first thing I'm going to do is let's take our temperature spike, and in the meatiest part here, avoiding the fat vein, let's get this situated up to the line. I like that. And to avoid getting any area more covered in liquid smoke than the other, I'm going to use this little bowl. And we're just going to brush some on evenly. Ooh, this smells so good. I like that. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, let's get this situated in our smoker. Traeger. Air fryer. Let me find some. We'll dirty up a towel here. That is okay. So this guy here has a rack, a catch tray, and an air fryer bin. You know what? I am already realizing our first little wrinkle here. That's 2¼ inches tall. That is going to collide with the top heating elements. That's not good. Oh, shoot. Well, hang on a second. What if I move this over here to get the thermometer in? What are the chances? Oh, that seems to be the correct size. Will it fit right here? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Like a glove. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get, so we're at 52 degrees. We're going to turn it on air fry. It stops at 1 hour. First off, temp we want to go down to as low as we can go, 250. Time is only letting us go to an hour, so every hour we're just going to have to check it and turn it back on. 3-pounder at 250 degrees should take roughly an hour a pound. So about 3 hours. You ready? That's the wrong button. I gotta, let's see here. Air fry, temp, 250, time, an hour, start. There we go. Okay. We'll keep checking back here at 160. It gets wrapped. Shortly before that, we're going to try something new. I'll bring you guys in on that. And I'll see you guys here in a bit. Let's get smoking. Oh hey, welcome to my office. I don't know if you can tell or not from the tree behind me, but the snow is melted. I'm here editing. And in efforts to just try to shorten down this video, it got a little long. We're going to do this style format, and we're just going off the B footage. So I just put the poor man's brisket in the air smoker, and we are about to hit 160 degrees. So let's go ahead and check that out. And I told you that I was going to do something a little bit different. And what that is I'm using this little melting pot. And of course I turned the burner on all the way. Need to switch that just to the middle one. I'm melting some beef tallow. And if this looks a little bit strange to you, it's because I just pulled it out of the fridge and it's not really malleable yet. So that's why we have to melt it. And I'm sure that probably makes sense. So yeah, we're just going to get a little bit of that in there. This is the leftover seasoning. This is no salt. This is just the salt, pepper, garlic. And we're going to let that go ahead and get all melty. Good thing I finally put my burner on the right way. Like, have you never used a stove before? Come on. And I saw this as an opportunity to put in more liquid smoke. We need every opportunity we have to get this to be smoky. And we're at 158 all of a sudden, as you can see there. I'm sorry for the bad camera angle. This was difficult to do everything. But the beef tallow is all melted. And I'd just like to mention that this is the first time I've done a poor man's brisket in the house. And having an actual counter to wrap it on was awesome. So I'm putting it on my list of things to do this late winter, early spring. I got to figure out how to get a counter outside by the smoker and grill. That was a game changer for me, so make it happen. So yeah, normally if you've been around for a while, you've seen me do this. Normally I would, if I'm not spritzing whatever it is I'm cooking with some kind of a flavored liquid, I just normally use a spray bottle and moisten the paper with just water. Or if I am spritzing whatever it is I'm cooking with, apple cider vinegar and whatever delicious flavors there are, beer, orange juice, I would use that instead. But I wanted to try something new tonight, and since this was, expected to be an experiment, we're painting on this melted beef tallow. I'm not going to get real big into it right now because you're going to find out in the outro what I think. It was very appealing here. It's kind of like immediate gratification. You see exactly where it is. And yeah, I just used the silicone brush, and it worked pretty well in my opinion. So yeah, that's going there. I probably left too much of this clip in. Let's fast forward. Okay. And in perfect timing, we just hit 160 degrees. And you've probably seen this before. This is one of my favorite tricks. It's a double layer glove method. This first layer is a knit glove, and this just works as an insulator. And then the rubber gloves on the outside keep any fat that's rendered from soaking into the cloth gloves or woven gloves. Works really well. It's not, for everything right now, it's at 160, so it's very, very bearable. Yeah, there's Sadie checking things out like, yo. So we're going to grab this out here, and this is the first time we really get to see it. Look at that. Sorry for the poor camera angle. Like I said, we kind of got rid of the A angle to shorten this up. That's beautiful. It's sweating. So I'm just going to place it there. And you will see here, I want that first edge to go up all the way around it. So I scoot it up a little bit. And then I tear a little slit here. I want the thermometer probe still out in the ambient temperature. And then I'm going to wrap it like a present. And I'm a terrible present wrapper. I'm going to wrap it like a burrito. I'm a terrible burrito wrapper. I'm going to wrap it like a brisket, because I'm an excellent brisket wrapper. You just kind of, the area that you make moist, you want that touching everything. And you just kind of, make creases where you have to, like that. And you fold it all around. Like that. Okay, not like that. Here we go. Come on, cooperate with me, paper. There you go. And then that little tail, just kind of tuck that underneath. And voila. That's what you're looking for. And then we're going to go ahead and put it back in the air smoker. Air fryer, smoker. I don't know what we're calling this quite yet. But there's that, and I just kind of keep an eye on it. I don't want to set anything on fire necessarily. Fire's fun, but not today. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. The Traeger. Still at 250, holding strong. See? Fits like a glove. Pretty good. There's Sadie, always at my heels. Gotta love her. And just like that, we hit 203. So the range for brisket is actually 195 to 205 that you can pull it. I have it at 203 because the best brisket I ever cooked was at 203. And just from there on out, I always pulled it off at 203. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out of here, and I want to show you this trick for smaller cuts of meat that you smoke. Instead of using a cooler to rest, go ahead and get a towel, and that's just folded over 4 times. And actually, you're about to see here. I wanted to take a minute and share this with you. I pulled some data off of my TempSpike, and check it out. So the blue is the line for the meat, and the red is the ambient temperature of the air fryer, the air smoker, whatever we're calling it. And you can see, so 1 going left to right, you see it climbs at a very steady rate, and then up by 2, I have 2 things circled. You see where the door is open for the wrap, and you see the stall. So the stall is when all the fat is rendering to liquid, and that takes a little while to get out. And once it kind of normalizes post stall, you can see it starts climbing again. And that is a normal rise for a wrapped piece of meat. A poor man's brisket cooks just like a regular brisket. And then you can see here for the box, that is the decline while it is being covered by the towel. And I was pretty right. So this was 3 hours and 55 minutes. The rest is 45 minutes. So it was 3 hours and 10 minutes. And I guessed I needed 3 hours for this at 250. Spot on. The Ninja did a killer job. Let's go ahead and get off of the voiceover this thing, and let's check out how this thing came out. Here we go. All right, well, we have made it. It's been sitting under this towel for about half an hour. That ought to be an adequate rest for a chuck roast. So we're going to cut it up just like a brisket. And we're looking for a couple of things. How much different, how much worse is the air fryer with the liquid smoke and the smoked sea salt versus real smoke? What's the texture like? Is it similar? And is coating the butcher paper with tallow a worthwhile thing? Should we keep that up this summer? So let's go ahead and unwrap this. Ooh, buddy. That's pretty daggone impressive. Look at that. Look how moist it is. I think Sadie's about to have a good day with this mess dripping over to the trash can. Take this out. Set it aside. That looks pretty good. All right. How are we cutting this guy? So immediately we can see that there is no smoke ring. And that is to be expected because we didn't smoke it. It is cut in quite nicely. I'm liking it. I'm going to grab this piece in the middle here. Yeah. No smoke ring like I said, but check that out. Cheers, guys. Damn. Oh my. That's pretty much what you're looking for. It's really good. It still has a crust on it. but no smoke ring. The smoke flavor does not penetrate the meat. It's all on the surface, which I think is probably to be expected. Very good. For being 9 degrees outside. Sorry. It warmed up, it's 11 now. That's pretty good. I'm gonna grab this end. See, it's got a nice bark on it still. Like I said, there's no smoke ring. It's a wonderful texture. The Ninja did a very good job. 10 out of 10, I would recommend doing this at home. No, it's not the same. But maybe you don't have a smoker. Maybe it's 11 degrees where you're at too. Wow. I really like this. I don't know if I can tell a difference between the way that I usually wrap this and how we wrapped it in tallow today. This is really good though. So, I don't know. Maybe we ought to do another one in the air fryer and wet it down like normal. I don't know. Oh. Well, before I just go ahead and make a pig out of myself in front of you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I recommend that you try this at home. If you do, let me know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you don't mind. Until next time, be well.